The Dominican Republic President Danilo Medina looks poised to win the first round of voting in the country's presidential election, early results suggest. He looks set to win enough votes to avoid a second-round runoff. With just over one-third of the votes counted, he had won 62%, ahead of his main rival Luis Abinader with 35%. Under Mr Medina, whose Democratic Liberation Party has been in power for 12 years, the economy has been booming. But Mr Abinader has accused the government of corruption and failing to tackle the high crime rate. Mr Medina needs to get more than 50% to avoid a runoff. Voting was extended for an extra hour after delays caused by technical problems at some polling stations. Electoral rules were changed recently to allow the president to run for a second consecutive term. Mr Medina has benefited from an economy that is the fastest growing in Latin America with 7% growth in 2014 and 2015, thanks to millions of tourism dollars from foreigners flocking to the country's luxury hotels and beaches. But around 40% of the nation's 10 million people are estimated to live in poverty, and the unemployment rate is about 14%, according to government figures. Compared with the rest of Latin America, the attempts to reduce poverty have been the least effective, Pedro Silverio, an economist at the Pontificate Catholic University Madre Maestra in the Dominican Republic, told the BBC. Mr Medina, a left-of-center economist, has overseen the repatriation of tens of thousands of people with roots in neighboring Haiti. The policy has popular support but has been condemned by human rights groups. Mr Abinader, a wealthy businessman of Lebanese ancestry, has blamed Mr Medina for government corruption and the country's high crime rate. Also up for election are senators, lower house deputies and local officials from 26 different parties.